Greetings, flesh wound horror freaks, and welcome to SLASHTOBER. I'm Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd,
Good evening.
Pugs Dread,
Namaste. Trick or treat. Hey, Brian.
and Mike Kruger.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
So before we get into tonight's movie, Kruger, tell them how SLASHTOBER works.
So what we do for our Slashtober special is rate and review a Halloween-themed film, and then at the end of the episode, we add that movie to a list compiled from our previous episodes to vote and decide which of the films we want to eliminate, leaving us with our top 3 Halloween horror films, aka our 3 final girls. And once we get to the final episode of this season, SLASHTOBER, we will choose one of those final 3 as this season's winner. So Todd, why don't you tell us what movie we have tonight and what this year's SLASHTOBER statistics have been so far?
Thanks, Kruger. Tonight's movie is ERNEST SCARED STUPID, and it will be in contention with The Guest, Hack-A-Lantern, and The Pumpkin Carver. Eliminated thus far: The Clown Murders, Stan Helsing, American Fright Fest, Halloween Night, Killer Eye, Halloween Haunt, and Murder Party. So Dan, why don't you tell us about ERNEST SCARED STUPID?
All right, so yes, I'm excited. I don't think any of us have ever really talked about the Ernest movies, even way back on the show, but so that'll be interesting. I do also want to give a shout out to Jay the Stingray, friend of the show, who's been slowly doing all of these for commentary. So if you are an Ernest fan, check those out. Really, really good stuff. And I'm on most of those. So, all right, so this is a 1991 film from director John R. Cherry III, who is notable because he directed all the Ernest movies except for Ernest Goes to School. So basically the guy for the entire franchise. And in this one, when Ernest looks to help some children with their Halloween haunted house, he ends up accidentally unleashing an evil troll that intends to bring about the end of the world. While having to deal with his youthful friends being transformed into wooden dolls by the troll, our hero Ernest looks to find a way to stop it and return his friends to normal. This will be one Halloween that Ernest and his pals will never forget. All right, so this is a staple for many people, but I'm curious, since it's never really came up, was the Ernest character, did you grow up with him or any of the movies?
I did. He was always in those commercials on TV, so I knew him from that.
He was the ad guy.
Yeah, and then once I saw ERNEST SCARED STUPID, I'm like, I gotta see the rest of these fucking movies. They're not all great. Even this one, I'll admit, even though it's a favorite of mine, not great. I actually thought it had more Halloween in it back in the day. Looking back now, I'm like, since we're here, it's not as Halloween as I thought. It's like they're fighting a troll. Yeah, it takes place. Like the Ernest is gonna help them build a haunt. We see the bullies in the costume, but like the villain is a fucking troll. Like it could have been like a evil pumpkin or something.
Well, if they made it a witch, it'd already be another movie.
Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah. But with all that, I still love this movie. Ernest is I almost gotta behave. Ernest is not that bright, but is he lovable to me. And what's Rimshot?
The dog, yeah.
Come on, the dog is the shit.
So, funny fact: when I was watching this, my mom thought the dog's name was Rimjob. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's Rimshot, you fucking weirdo.
Well,
honest mistake.
She's like, "Is this dog named fucking Rimjob?" I'm like, "No."
No,
yeah, but I'm
not
grandfather.
it's not the Pornhub. God damn it.
I'm grandfathered in with all like the bad, shitty acting this movie has, but I still love it to death. Yeah, it's just feel good comfort for me. I really enjoy this movie. So,
Right.
hot tag Kruger. You can just at least spit on it first, please.
Here's the thing. Like, I'm not going to totally like violate this movie because it does have some really cool effects. The whole like when I first started watching it, the whole introduction with the various 50s and 60s style monsters, I was like, oh, this is rad. But then unfortunately we kind of just go off to following Ernest around, kind of hanging out with these children a little suspiciously. And I all the comedy and the goofiness and the silliness, like that stuff works for me in very, very like certain niche movies.
You didn't grow up with this character.
No,
right?
I didn't grow up with him, so he kind of just looked like this weirdo that resembles John Cena that likes hanging around children a little too much. But overall, it's not a bad movie, but I will agree with Pugs. Like, I don't really think it gives you that Halloween spirit, like other movies that we have watched this year has. And the troll thing is cool, but at the same time, like, I would have liked something more in the lines of Halloween. But I get why people can like this, but it's just not my thing. But it's not something I absolutely like wanted to kill myself throughout the whole thing watching either. It does have its little moments with effects. When the troll like transforms at the end, that was really fucking cool. So yeah, I mean, it's middle of the road for me, but I do understand the appeal, especially if you grew up with him.
I remember him being on the TV constantly. I'm not a huge Ernest guy. I mean, I've seen all of the, when I say the good movies, I mean the actually studio produced movies. I think Goes to School might have been his first non-studio picture. Basically, when they went to direct-to-video, I didn't really pay attention. I still think the Christmas one is a better film. I do have fun with this one, but the whole time I'm watching, I'd rather be watching Hocus Pocus.
Fuck, I can't argue against that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as good as I remembered, but I wasn't like, I didn't regularly watch this one because, like, I mean, if it was like the Miller's Outpost guys or Max Headroom, maybe, I don't know, but Ernest was.
Oh, Max Headroom was the shit.
Which he is getting a rebooted show, if you didn't know.
I'm very excited for that because that people forget that was short-lived. He became a pop culture icon for a short-lived TV series.
Well, no,
I'm surprised it didn't pop back up in popularity when Rap God came out.
Yeah. No, there's been a lot of references to him all over, like Simpsons, Family Guy, all sorts of stuff. But anyways, Ernest, Scared Stupid. So growing up for me, and this is a kid's film for sure, but growing up for me, Ernest wasn't a big deal, but I did always watch the Christmas movie and this. Those were kind of staples. I will say Jim Varney, I think, is a genius. I think he's a fantastic actor that
committed
will always be known as Ernest, unfortunately. But not unfortunately, it's an iconic character, but that dude was classically trained and he was great.
He's awesome in Fast Food.
Fast Food with Tracy Lords, I was going to say, yeah.
Another early oddball one is Dr. Otto and the Riddle of the Gloom Beam. I definitely recommend seeking that one out.
Never seen that.
Yeah. Jay showed off his VHS copy of that on a recent show. But yeah, so for me, like, those are the two like fun holiday movies that I think were the height. So nostalgia sort of, but not for like everything. For me, this oozes Halloween. I think it still does. As far as a kid movie goes, I think it's way better than 99% of the stuff we get today. I think Trantor for a little kid, I think that's actually pretty spooky. I didn't mind that it's a troll. I think that's, I think it works. I think the humor in this, like you said, there are a few that wouldn't pass today. The chow mein line and everything.
Cross-dressing.
There's little cross-dressing. Yeah, there's some stuff.
Hey, if Medea can still do it, Ernest can too. I'm just saying.
But
he's on the spectrum.
It sounds like a weird comparison, but in a way, it's like at times I feel like I'm watching a kiddie version of Ash. As far as him feeling, kind of, yeah. Like
I want to see that team up.
That would be. Hey, there's been in the graphic novel form, Ash is crossed over with all sorts of shit. So
they both have strong chins. They could be distant cousins or something.
There is a impersonator out there that apparently they wanted to actually play Ernest in a reboot that is a dead ringer. So just saying, maybe even a fan film. We get Ash and Ernest battling.
Don't do that to me, God damn it!
Do that to me.
but yeah, definitely a kids film if that wasn't already obvious. and I think it's a pretty damn good one. I really do. Watching this again, like it oozes the holiday. I'd be lying if I said I watch it every year. I don't, but this is one that seeing it again, I'm not quite sure if my nieces or nephews have, so might sit down this year and try and get them to watch it. Yeah, I think this is a great family film. That
Tell them if they don't watch it, Dr. Otto's coming for them.
there you go. There.
And show them a picture.
I haven't watched. I barely remember that. It's been a while. I remember a little bit. Like I kind of remember Goes to School. A lot of the others kind of bleed together for me, but
I remember Goes to Camp.
Yeah.
Jail is horrible. But anyway, enough about Ernest.
Yeah.
Let's enough about that. Do we want to rate it?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go ahead and rate it.
I'm a 2.5 out of 5.
Pugs.
I am a 4 out of 5.
Dan.
Yeah, on a kid movie scale, for sure, 4 out of 5. I think it's
And member berries.
I'm 3.5 on this one. I do like it, but not as much as you guys, and more than Kruger. So
you were also older too.
Yeah,
we're like I was the right age.
We're the
I
same.
was the perfect.
How old were you in 91?
No. But when Ernest came out, I was the right age for him.
Oh, okay.
He started in the 80s. By the time we got to this one, yeah, I was a little out, but I was a little aged out, so that probably does have something to do with it.
Yeah,
I remember bragging about this movie in like first, second grade. I don't remember which one. Yeah, so I'm a big fan of this movie. Long time.
There you go. All right, so
here we go.
Shopping.
Time for the elimination. We have up for elimination the Guest, Hack-A-Lantern, Pumpkin Carver, and Scared Stupid. Kruger.
Pugs, make sure you think this time. It would either be between Pumpkin Carver or Ernest Scared Stupid. I'm going to go with Pumpkin Carver.
Good call, sir, because I am also going Pumpkin Carver.
Go for it. I guess we should go out of order.
I guess it doesn't matter what I'm going to say because I know what
it might. It might tie. You guys might tie.
Well, there's no spoiler. I'm the Guest. I just don't think it's a Halloween movie. It's not.
It clearly is, Dan.
I can't argue that. It just, I guess it really doesn't matter.
Come on, Todd. Make the right decision.
Well, I don't think the Pumpkin Carver should go, so it doesn't really matter what I pick if it's not that. So, because honestly, the one I was looking at was Hack-A-Lantern. But as soon as I do that, it doesn't matter. If I pick the Guest, I let you guys fight it out. But there's no in that one. There's no. Yeah,
it'd be fun to have a fight.
Yeah, well, it'll happen again.
It's coming.
I'll go with Hack-A-Lantern, so it doesn't matter.
All right.
See, Dan took all the intrigue out of it by saying his before me. So,
damn.
We can go in whatever order, but all right. So
that's why I've been throwing it to people, Dan.
Pumpkin Carver is
dead.
So
unfortunately,
stay tuned. We've got more. We've got some pretty damn strong entries still coming. So I still have no idea where this will end up, and we will see you back here next time for more Halloween action.
Good evening.
Stay sick, motherfuckers.
I'll check your candy, and I'll see you in Disneyland.